a big thing for me has actually been to think about it, not just everyday sort of lifestyle change, but vocational lifestyle, and thinking big picture about is what I do with my life and the focus of my life and my career and that sort of thing. Is it something that brings about a better world, or is it something that perpetuates the problem and perpetuates the rich becoming richer and the poor becoming poorer and the degradation of our environment and all that sort of thing? So I think in some ways, starting off small and starting off big, asking the small questions of what I can do in the everyday, but also the big questions of how can I give my life to something larger than myself, larger than just my own happiness and comfortability and that sort of thing. Because we see in our society, it doesn't lead to happiness or fulfillment to live a life just for yourself, trying to make money and that sort of thing. So I think beginning to question that is a big one. Yeah.
So you're saying fair trade and support of non-government organisations and
all that sort of stuff.
All that sort of stuff. Yeah, I guess the question would be how far does that stuff go until you need to do something further? You know.
Well, I think most people stop even before that. So I think most people stop at the idea of charity. Yeah. So I think people sort of have an emotional awareness that there's issues in our world and that people are living in a lot worse conditions than we are.
Absolutely, yeah.
But where we sort of stop with that is we'll throw a few dollars at it, and in some ways that makes us feel a little bit better. But to actually change, I think the harder thing is to change your own lifestyle and to slowly, I suppose, journey with people in doing the same as well and bringing people on board in doing that. That's hard to do that. It's a hard, long process, and I don't think most people don't go there because it's a challenge. As soon as something challenges our lifestyle, then we run away from it.
Absolutely, because we're so conditioned into a comfortable lifestyle.
I suppose one of the good things is no one has to reinvent the wheel. There are so many groups out there who are already well down the tracks of making things better that you can just add your weight to those groups.
Yeah, that's right.
And so a lot of the work is already done. You're just sort of helping maintain momentum. And you don't have to, sweat your body weight out trying to start something.
Yeah, that's right.
You can jump on board something that's already happening that's good.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
From the big guys like Amnesty to little local neighbourhood groups that are helping refugees or whatever, Where do you want either you to take your performance poetry or your performance poetry to take you? Are you happy with the level of doing it at times, or do you want to ramp it up, or what is it that you want to achieve?
Yeah, good question. Part of it I'm still working that out. So it's a sort of thing where I could easily just do this for my life and perform and run workshops and that sort of thing would be a great vocation. Part of what I'm doing now, as I said, is 4 days a week I'm a lecturer with young people in people coming out of high school and transitioning on into various things. And I run a program that's a year-long program of identity formation and self-understanding and society's impact upon that. And so
sounds great.
I love doing it. It's with Tabor College
taking away that sort of self-victim, self-blaming sort of process, whereas it's a social sort of social elements that contribute to people's positions in life,
Yeah, exactly that.
Which is,
helping young people discover who they are in a social context is a big part of what we do with that. So part of my heart is definitely drawn still to that education sort of stuff. But in terms of the poetry, I'd love to continue to perform and continue to, like I'm doing this year, bringing together an album, and continue to do these workshops and do stuff with the Centre for Poetics and Justice. And us, in some ways, see where it goes. Who knows? It is the sort of thing where it could take off and lead to overseas, to New York or wherever. I don't know, but we'll see what happens.
Have you got any other poems there? Or?
Yeah, certainly have lots of poems. Actually, I'll do this poem. This is a poem that I wrote for one of my students. So as I said, I'm running a program that focuses on identity formation and understanding the self, and this is one that I wrote for one of my students, but it's also in many ways for any teenage, adolescent, young adult girls. It's called Ode to a Teenage Girl. The girl I see before me, she wears a summer dress, yet hides her face in the shadows and buries her heart in the sand. She stands trapped in the dark night of the clay within her prison, locked away from the inside out. a self-incarceration where prisoner and torturer are but one and the same. This her cage of frightened identity, where the wind upon her back is more present than the sun upon her breast, where she stretches memory fingers over the braille of her past, stuck in yesterday, in a limbo existence that is becoming all too familiar. And yet I say to you, my friend, can you not see that you are the one who in fact flies free? That this beast you thought you had become has not made its mark on anyone, least of all the soul that still blazes so deep in the furnace of gold that your heart has become. Do not fear that the mirror before you would reflect back to you a monster, a fixed image of disaster. This girl you think you are does not exist beyond the glasses by which you view your world. So, my friend, be free to see that it is no longer a dark alley that you crawl down, but a field of gold that you dance within. Be free from this prison of your self-criticism, for your self-definition could never comprehend the vastness of what lies beneath. Do not look upon the breaking wave and scold the whole ocean for its chaos. Do not look upon the smallest threshold of the self and declare the entirety as worthless. Recognize the deep ocean that is you. Recognize it and do not name it, but do not name it. Dive deep down inside it, but never label it. Search its depths and ride its waves, but never criticize it, for you are limitless, and your negative definitions do not suit. The shape of your prison is not the shape of reality, so awaken your memory to a world beyond this small space. Breathe and discover that life was always waiting just inside you, desperate to leap forth into the unknown world, and so seek out the very reason it could not just lay down and die. So breathe, my friend, and run into ink-filled spaces and scream for a writer, any writer who would take up your pen, believing that the words from your mouth are worth more than the gold at the end of this rainbow. So do not take upon yourself some image created by some other, some one who does not see the beauty that is you. Run, my friend, and fly. Fly high your kite into the rays of the sun, and there disappear within its warmth, for that is where